All right, so check this out. Today we're going to be talking about the Chatterbait Elite, this white color. I've fished with this, and I've actually done really well with, where is it, the Chartruese and white Elite, which is right here. I've caught a lot of fish on that. But today, we're going to be tying a bait on there and talking about it. All right, so the first thing we got to do is get this Strike King Thunder Cricket taken off. This Chartreuse and white. This has been one of my best colored chatterbaits all year. It's been amazing, and I'm going to just leave the line on there. I have the Chatterbait Elite in my pocket. Just got to get this changed over. There we go. The Chatterbait box right here. And what we're going to do for this Elite is I'm going to read to you guys some of the things on the package, take it out, talk about it, and you'll see on this Elite I do have a Gary Yamamoto Zacho for the trailer. I do have that on the Thunder Cricket, the Chatterbait Elite, and the Chartreuse and white Chatterbait Elite. But what we're going to do instead is we're going to use a Bandito bug. Alright, so you do have the original Chatterbait, and next to that it does say Elite, and it is by Z-Man. It does have a hand-tied skirt, and you do get a 5/0 Gamakatsu hook. Now, I'm going to tell you in a little bit here why I like a 1/2 ounce instead of a 3/8. A 3/8 is a great weight for me for a jig, a swim jig, a chatterbait, a whole bunch of different things. Maybe even a Texas rig once in a while. But for a chatterbait, I have discovered that I do like a 1/2 ounce chatterbait, bladed jig, whatever you call it. Flip the package over and it does say the original Chatterbait Elite. Patented chatterbait bladed swim jig design delivers unmatched vibration, sound, and erratic action. It does talk about the 5/0 Gamakatsu hook with the keeper. The easy skirt to quickly change it over. You do have a strengthened head to blade connection, more than the original. And the chatterblade can be fine-tuned by bending for desired depth control and acts as a weed guard. Now I'm going to talk about that after we get it tied on, because I don't really change that. I fish it the way it is out of the package, and I'm going to explain that here in a minute, along with all 3 other things that I said. And you do have a super strong quick clip for the line tie, obviously. So we're going to go ahead and take this out of the package. Okay. And I'm also going to tell you some things that I do not like about this bait, because I have things about baits that I like and dislike. Look at that, looks so good. So take our garbage, put it here in the bag, put it in the garbage can later. Okay. I'll grab our rod and a reel. It is a Shimano Casitas 6-3-1. I do like a 6 gear for a chatterbait and a crankbait, because I do believe it gives the bait the action that it was intended to have from the manufacturer. I do have 16-pound Sunline fluorocarbon on there, and I do have a 7'4" medium heavy power moderate action Shimano Curado crankbait rod, and it is the bigger of the 2 crankbait rods. And I'm just going to go ahead and tie a clinch knot on this, because it's not going to matter, and a clinch knot is a great knot to use. So go ahead and get that on there. All right, like so. And I do like to pull that tight. Another thing I am going to cover, even though I've already said that line like 10 times, is I'm going to show you how I trim the trailer. And we're going to be using a Bandito bug for this. And it's funny too, because I used to put a Bandito bug on a chatterbait, and I would say, oh, it sucks. Oh, I don't like it. Well, now I love it because of the action that it gives it. And I thought I had one in the front pocket. Here. I apologize if the bag's too close. Take our plastics out. Got a bunch of Strike King in there too. They're all amazing. Take that out. Grab a pearl Bandito bug. Some people call it white. It says pearl on the package. Put that back in there. Now you're going to notice that I basically do the same thing for my chatterbaits that I do for my jigs, and that is the way that I trim the bait. You know how when I put a jig trailer on and it's a rage craw, how I trim it at the 2nd notch? Well, I do the same thing for a chatterbait. Anything with a 4/0 or a 5/0 hook, I do like to do the same thing. So what I will do for this is you got your Elite tied on right here. And by the way, if you're liking this video, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, comment, please. It only helps me. Break open all the appendages. All right. And then I am going to take a pair of scissors. And this is the important part people have asked me, is I do cut the bandito bug right under the first set of claws. All right. So when you cut it, sometimes a claw will still be hanging on like that. That's how I cut it right there. Okay. Now the next part is the really important part. Put it in there with the scissors, and I'm going to take my Chatterbait Elite, and I'm going to show you how I put that bait on there. I like to grab the skirt like this. I'm going to hold the plastic with my left hand, and I'm going to go up the hook with the bait. I'm going to do it slowly. I like that to be in the middle. I like it to be perfect. Does it have to be perfect? No, but I like it to be. See that? See how it comes out like that? Then you're going to thread it up the bait like that. So after you get that bait put on there, see what I'm saying about how it's in the middle? See that? Turn the bait sideways. You see how the trailer is straight? That is how I like it. And when I said perfectly in the middle, see the two eyes on the bottom of the bug? It is right in the middle. It's not perfect. It is a little bit to the right, but I do like to have it as close to perfect as I can. So there it is, your 1/2 ounce Elite with your bandito bug, and you're going to see that just like a jig with a rage craw or a jig with any kind of plastic that you trim up, you're going to see that that creature bait like this is going to hang down below the chatterbait, but not too far. Like for example, when I use a Zacho, and I want to show you this, okay, Chatterbait Elite tips. When I use a Zacho, all right, see how it's longer than the creature bait is? You see how it hangs down lower than the creature bait? Well, that's because I want a bigger profile. I want this to imitate a bait fish, a fish, you know what I'm trying to get at. And I want that creature bait to almost be tighter, okay? I want it to have a tighter wobble. So here. There you go, again. And I do leave a little bit longer of a tag in. The 16-pound fluorocarbon is perfect. And you can kind of see, like a long cast. Oh yeah. You can kind of see that when you reel the bait in, you're gonna see that the bait is gonna just, it's gonna kind of crawl like that. Pike and muskie love that, and so do bass. But it's gonna give it a lot more different of an appearance than a Zacho or a swim bait would have. It's gonna just show them something different. You see that? That looks so good. All right, blast that out there. So like I was saying when I was reading you guys the package, I don't change or alter the depth or the position of that piece on the chatterbait. And if you're wondering why, I just had to think about what I was gonna say. That is because a Chatterbait Elite and even a Thunder Cricket, in my opinion, is gonna go a little bit deeper than something like a jackhammer or a Rage Blade. Now, sure, I know if you let it sink, I know some of you are probably thinking, well, you let it sink, you can control the depth that way. Absolutely, I do that all the time. But if you're just gonna take a chatterbait and blast it with 2 brakes on or 1 brake on all the way out there, and you just want to change and get a bait to go deeper without having to play with it, tie on an Elite. I love to do that. If I want the bait to go higher, I'll take that off and I'll go to an original, a jackhammer, or a Rage Blade. Now a Rage Blade, I'm not crazy about a Rage Blade, but I am starting to like them more than I did in the past. And I wish you guys could see what just happened with this Elite. Is I was reeling it and it was under the surface, but it wasn't touching the bottom. It was the perfect depth. Sometimes the fish are gonna like that bait higher, sometimes they're gonna like it lower. And it's all in what you want, but this is an amazing bait. For what, $7? Check out the Chatterbait Elite, because it's definitely worth it. And it's a little bit better than the original. one more thing I want to add about the Chatterbait Elite that I actually don't like, and I've heard people say that I can agree with or relate to, is they will say that they buy the bait and they cast it out there, and when the bait is swimming, when the blade is moving, that it'll go to the side too hard, or it'll dive to one side. And I've had that happen before, okay? I had that happen with a Sexy Shad Elite, and then I picked up another Sexy Shad Elite and it didn't do it. So is every bait gonna be perfect? No. Is every bait gonna do everything that it says? No. Just like anything else in the world, some things are gonna have a defect or an issue once in a while. But I mean, other than that, let's see what we did here. We reviewed the Thunder Cricket, we reviewed the backpack, doing one about the Elite, and I also have more review style videos coming this winter on a 1 to 10, with 1 being the worst and 10 being the best. I'm gonna give the Chatterbait Elite, well, just because it's not a Thunder Cricket or a jackhammer and it does have one issue, I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 7 out of 10. Had to rank the Thunder Cricket a little higher than the Elite, but the Elite's still a great bait. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let's see if I can catch a fish. I doubt it.